All right, morning everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Daily High. I will be your only host, Tone Vase. Today, Matt was super busy today, so he will not be able to join. We are gonna go straight to the charts. Let's see if I have a lot to say. I didn't really. I saw that the price was rebounding yesterday. I didn't pay too much attention to it. So let's go and take a look at this together and see what is going on. Welcome everyone that's watching. Just taking a sneak peek of your live chat. All right, here's the monthly chart. The month is coming to an end. We only have about 3 days left, and we are about to go into the weekend. Would be nice if this candle closed either as a doji candle or potentially, if we get lucky, close as a green candle. If it closes as a green candle, that's going to be surprising considering how disappointing this month has been. So if the monthly candle is bullish, I don't really know what to say to that. It will still be a disappointing month, and yet the price will close at a new monthly high. Be it as it may, Bitcoin is going to close at a decent price from a month-end perspective. And the more Bitcoin consolidates here, the more bullish I think it is for another run at the bull market. The weekly chart is looking very, very good. We may actually make the red star candle disappear. That is possible. If we close any stronger, you can already see the bullish tone vase volume, which is not a publicly available indicator, maybe one day. And, I'm still disappointed at how low this volume is. But if we close at a positive tone vase volume with a very strong CMF, again, it's a very mixed signals. I don't really know what to think of that. The MACD has crossed over, but if we finish the week really strong, it can still uncross. That is actually still possible here for us to uncross if we finish as a green bullish candle. So let's wait and see a little bit. In fact, this candle is not that accurate because this candle should have started at the bottom of the last candle, so it's not as red as it looks here. Once the week is over, this candle will adjust, and I would love to see a green candle here as well. But even if it's a slightly red candle with a green tone vase volume, uh, yeah, am I still 100% out? Yeah, I am. No, I'm not back in yet. I'm not getting back in until next week. I'm not getting back in into a holiday weekend. No way. Um, I'm still 100% out of my trading positions. But there are some signs that the worst could be over. So here's the daily chart. I am encouraged by the fact that we bounced off of the 128-day moving average. I'm curious, where is that the dot for the alphanumerics? Yeah, that's got to be the dot. Just small, tiny dots. There's the alphanumerics dot up there. So that's going to be a while before alphanumerics turns green again, but I am encouraged by the absolute perfect textbook touch of the 128-day moving average. Not a lot of people look at the 128-day moving average. I do, and I'm going to delete these arrows. It did work out this way. It just worked out a little bit faster than I anticipated. And right now, Bitcoin is bullish, but we have new resistance. We have resistance up in the 115 area, and I'm going to assume that it's going to pull us down until proven otherwise. I don't want to draw that arrow too far down because there is a chance. I'm just going to grab this arrow. There is a chance we break out. It is possible. It's not likely, but it is possible. And if this is happening, that's when I'm going to get back into the market. Once we are above 117, so if we come back and on Tuesday, we are sitting above, I'm going to make this line purple so it doesn't clash with the moving averages, or maybe like turquoise or something. If I don't really need this purple line anymore, and this blue line can stay, it's kind of useful. If we are above this prior swing high, when we come back on Tuesday, I will be very eager to get back into the market. Right now, I'm still very concerned that we are going to get rejected somewhere between, a few hours ago and 115 to 116 zone, this double moving average. New lows could easily come mid-September. Remember, September is the worst month for the stock market historically. Now, historically, September is the worst month. October is when the markets find the bottom and start to rise. So October is a great month to buy risky assets like the S&P. A lot of people will point to some of the biggest crashes happen in October in the stock market. But I will also point you to that while that is true, October is always the month that finds the low in the market. So if we look at the historical chart of the S&P, and we make it weekly, or we can even make it monthly. So if we look at the monthly S&P, it's incredible how often it finds lows in October. Like here is the October 2022 low that happened on the MRI buy, and look how it happened within the channel. I was screaming. I remember this. I was telling everyone to buy this dip. And here's another one in October as well, in October of 2023. So September is the bad month. And then prices usually make the low in October. And some of the biggest crashes happen in October. But October is also where the greatest buy the dip shows up. What will happen in October 20? This was October of 23. And where is October of 24? August, December, October. So there was no dip at all. We just had a bull market going. So that's okay. Like, prices don't have to fall in September, but when they do, they usually find a low in October, and my charts are not cooperating very well. When did this happen? This happened in March. So March and April is another area where the market tends to find a low. Here is October. It found a low. November was a bullish month, and then we did fall in December. So again, still a profitable trade, but then you got to get out once the bad stuff happens. If we go back further, this is earlier in the year. Here's another August we fall, September we fall, and October is a beautiful rally. If you go back in history, you will always see this. Here's October 2011. Again, we're crashing. September is a disaster. And bam, it magically finds the low in October. Okay. And this was 2009. And this is the March-April zone. So those are the two areas where market tends to crash and find the low. Here is another October that marks the low, October 2002. We can go all the way to the Great Depression this way. I don't know if the S&P will do it. Oh, here's the 1987 low. Guess when that one bottomed out? Again, October, right? So everyone says, oh, October was a disaster. Well, yes, but October also marked the low. The low also happened in October. We came close to that low in December, but ultimately the low was made in October. And if we go back to 82, it happened a few months earlier. And this also happened in the summer. Let me see here. Here's another one, right? So here the low was made actually in September, and October kicked off the nice bull market. Like I said, you can go all the way to the Great Depression. Again, here it is. In 1974, the big crash, and like magic, the low is found in October. And this is May, June, July, so there was no drop. Well, also keep an eye on the MRI tops and bottoms. I mean, look at this beautiful MRI buy opportunity again in October, right? Like, I'm not making this shit up. Like, here is the low being found in October on a monthly MRI buy, and here is the top coming in December. And October is again a pretty bullish month, though there was no dip that year. I don't want to get to the Great Depression. We're getting there. Another October right here wasn't the low. The low did come earlier, but we had a bad September. And like magic, we found a low in October for the rally. Another MRI top there. I don't want to spend too much time on this. I just want to get to the Great Depression. Oh, for the Great Depression, I may have to go look at the Dow instead of the S&P. I just don't have the S&P data. I'm not sure what that giant line is. Oh, okay, I know what that is. Yeah, I'd have to look at the... I would have to go to the Dow. This looks like... No, it's 1932. Yeah, I'm on the wrong S&P. I'd have to look at the Dow, but I'm pretty sure that there were lows being made off the Great Depression. I'm not positive on that. I have to take a look. I need to get Willie back on the show, maybe. Willie's out of Bitcoin like myself, but I'm more eager to get back in, maybe. Anyway, let's get back to looking at the short-term view on Bitcoin. Here's the daily chart. The daily chart looks like we may avoid an MRI buy, but that's okay because we bounced off of the 128. I would prefer to never touch 128 again until next year than get my MRI buy. I'm more than happy to get back in on a green star candle once we are... I would love to see us get into this moving average zone of 115, 116, consolidate, flip around back and forth, and create a green star candle as we're breaking out of that zone. That would be ideal. Here's the short-term look. I think this was the trend line I drew last stream. It's great that we broke it. And look at this. We're now creating a bullish version of this same situation. That is promising. We just made a new swing high at 113.5. I would like to see the MRI load. And the MRI is not looking great, but that's okay. We hit an MRI top. We're consolidated. I think we're ready for one more push higher. But the current candle is not very encouraging. But we got a chance. There's a chance. There's a chance that the low is in. It's not a huge chance, but it's a chance. Give it about 33%. The low is in. It's not bad. I mean, look, if you guys want to be exit liquidity for insiders of Ethereum, that's fine. And you buy into it. But I'm not touching that scam. I think it topped. But if it didn't top, it will top, before it gets to 0.05. It's going to have an MRI top next candle. Again, I don't understand why everyone is going crazy over Ethereum. It's a centralized shitcoin. It hit its declining trend line. Why do you assume it's going to break this trend line? Nothing in its history suggests it's going to break this trend line. And if it does break its trend line, there's another one right above it. It's in a downtrend. I can get rid of this line. It's not necessary. Have they had any more like communist style updates of their code? I want to put, the age of Castro in there, but I don't pay attention to their one developer pushing out updates. Like, as long as you understand that Ethereum has way more things in common with, I don't know, what's a company we all hate? Palantir. Like, Ethereum is way closer to Palantir than it is to Bitcoin. It's a centralized stock of a corporation with a CEO, a board of directors, and a million insiders holding 80% of the asset. Like, that's what Ethereum is. As long as you understand that, invest in it all you like. I don't know why people looking at ETHUSD chart. It makes no sense to me to look at that. Solana hit a monthly MRI buy. That was a nice trade. It's also on a declining trend line, so it has a ceiling, which it's reaching. Well, at least this shitcoin is close to its lows. And I'm still waiting for Litecoin to reach my 80% down target. I had an 80% decline target on Litecoin since the day of the halving. And we're close. We're close. We'll get there. We'll get there. I mean, they're all hitting. I mean, at least this one, at least something is hitting new lows. Dash is almost at new lows. Remember, this was going to revolutionize money in Venezuela. Yeah. It's an MRI buy, but again, everything's going to go to zero. Even Doge, look at Doge. Even Doge can't get anywhere. Oh, yeah. Once it breaks the acceleration line, yeah, Doge ain't going to go anywhere. Oh, there's a monthly MRI buy. Guys, there's an infinite amount of shitcoins, and they're all going to go to zero versus Bitcoin. All right, enough shitcoining. Let's look at gold. Yeah, see, Bitcoin dominance is on an MRI warning candle, so it should start to rally. It also hit its supporting trend line. So I think it should rally soon. Gold's looking great. Silver is looking very bullish as well. Green star candle on the weekly. And oil is just not interesting. Oh, S&P. Let's just go to the current S&P and take a look. Wow, new all-time high for the S&P. Look at that. Beautiful. Yeah, it's surprising Bitcoin is doing so poorly considering the S&P is doing so well. It's a little disappointing, to say the least. Crypto.com is such a scam. Holy shit. It doesn't even trade on normal exchanges. It's rallying. I don't know why. I have no idea why. That's surprising. That's the monthly chart. I don't know. I don't know what they announce. I have no idea. Crypto.com is the next Celsius, basically. MRI top on the weekly coming up next week, so this should be the top. Should be the top. Daily is coming up in this weekend. Yeah. I mean, I don't short shit coins, but especially illiquid ones. All right, guys. That's it for me. Thank you all for watching. And hopefully Bitcoin low is in. Let's, like I said, it's possible. Unless something crazy happens, I mean, I may take the 4-day weekend off because Monday's a holiday. So unless, Bitcoin is going below 110 or it's going above 116, probably going to take a break. Probably going to take a break. All right. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Oh, you know what? I want to look at LVS 1 second. What were those trades? LVS was one of them. I think that was the short trade. Yeah, that was not working. That did not work out. Yeah. And that stop loss gets hit on that. LVS, and then there was one more besides LVS. Yeah, stock market keeps ripping to the upside. I already forgot the other one. Ooh, Tesla looks bullish on the weekly. Looks very good. It's very good. Monthly, not so much. Tesla looks like it's setting up for something cool. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye, guys.